And I call the member for Longman.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Will the Treasurer update the House on how the Morrison government's decisive economic management is ensuring the Australian economy's comeback from the COVID-19 recession continues to gain strength?
The Treasurer has the call.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker. I thank the member for Longman for his question. And like many on this side of the House, he has a background in small business, Mr Speaker. A background in small business. He's not just a good guy, he owned a Good Guy franchise, Mr Speaker. He owned a Good Guy franchise before getting into golf shops. Now, Mr Speaker, he, like others on this side of the House, understands the seriousness of the economic shock that Australia has faced. Indeed, the world has faced. To put it in perspective, during the GFC, the global economy shrunk by 0.1%. It is the IMF's expectation that this calendar year the global economy will shrink by 4.4%. And early on in this pandemic, we saw 1.3 million Australians either lose their jobs or saw their working hours reduced to zero, Mr Speaker. But the good news for the Australian economy, indeed for the Australian community, is that the comeback is on. The comeback is on, and today consumer confidence was up again 1.7%. 13 out of the last 14 weeks we have seen consumer confidence up. And business confidence was up by 9 points. And both consumer confidence and business confidence are now to pre-pandemic levels. And 80% of that 1.3 million Australians who either lost their jobs or saw their working hours reduced to zero are now back at work. And last month, 178,000 jobs were created. And today there are 2 million fewer Australians on JobKeeper and 450,000 fewer Australian businesses on JobKeeper than compared to the month of September. And the effective unemployment rate has come down from 14.9% down to 7.4%. Now, Mr Speaker, these statistics tell a story right across the country of people getting back to work. Businesses right across the country graduating off JobKeeper and getting their employees back to work. And our intention is to see more jobs created across the economy. That's what we outlined in the budget. Tax cuts for more than 11.5 million people, a job-making hiring credit that will enable younger people to get off the unemployment queues and to get into work, a 50% subsidy for apprentices, so we could see 100,000 new apprenticeships across the country, infrastructure projects brought forward as well as new infrastructure projects supported, an investment allowance that will help support billions of dollars of new investment by businesses across the economy, which will be good news for small businesses. Good news for small businesses that will buy, that will sell, that will install, that will maintain that new equipment and machinery. So, Mr Speaker, the Morrison government is focused on creating more jobs. That is what we are seeing across the country today.
The member for Rankin.